Now, it is not possible for us to use the actual signal that we want to use for our control system to test the performance. Because the actual signals that we use to control the control system, or the inputs that you would actually give to the control system, could be very varied, right? So you cannot test the performance of the control system for each one of those. So instead, what we try to do is we try to define our performance measures with respect to some kind of test inputs. Okay, so test inputs are standardized signals uh, whose shape and whose characteristics are known, and we define the performance of our control systems with respect to these inputs. So we're going to take a look at some of these test inputs in this video. So the basic test signals that we use are the step, the ramp, and the parabolic signals. They are defined mathematically here, and I have defined it. I've drawn diagrams for that here. So a step input is an input which goes to a constant value at time 0 and remains there for all time. A ramp input is a straight line input, a straight line increasing with time, while a parabolic input is an input which has the time relationship as t square, as is shown here in the equations. So usually we define our test input signals based on these three inputs. There are, of course, other times when uh, another very common test input signal that we use is a sine wave itself, right? You give a sine wave of a certain frequency and you try to look at what the output is going to be. But we'll take a look at the sine wave a little later in our course.